When using cold therapy, certain conditions could create an alarm. If there is an alarm, you will first need to silence it by pressing the button that is blinking. The system may alarm if the water circulating to the therapy pad is too cold. You may need to adjust the contents of the container to include less ice. The system is not designed to circulate hot water. You may need to adjust the contents of the container with cooler water. The system may alarm if no water is detected in the container. You may need to fill the container with ice water. The system may alarm if the ice in the container has melted and the water circulating to the pad is getting too warm. You may need to refill the container with ice water. When using compression, certain conditions could create an alarm. If there is an alarm, you will first need to silence it by pressing the button that is blinking. The system may alarm if it senses the pressure to the pad is too high. You may need to check all connections and that the pad is not folded or kinked. The system will alarm if the pad does not inflate or deflate properly. You may need to check all connections and that the pad is not folded or kinked. The system will alarm if the compression mode is enabled and the pad is not connected. You will need to connect the appropriate pad before restarting the system. When using this system, please check the skin where the pads are applied. Discontinue use if continued numbness, skin discoloration, blisters, etc. are present, and contact your healthcare provider. Because this is a prescription device, please refer to your healthcare provider for treatment parameters prior to applying this system and/or using the system. When finished using the VPULSE, it is important to send back the micro SD card located in the data port in the front of the VPULSE. To remove the card, open the door, press in on the card, and it will pop out. Pull the card out and place it in the return mailer provided. Do not store the VPULSE with water in the container or the pads. Begin by removing water from the pad by rolling the pad up while still connected, squeezing the water back into the container. Disconnect the hoses, then empty the container and ice bottles. Allow to air dry completely before storing.